This is the one thing that will stop you from...
If you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a consultant, an expert that is looking to start a podcast, and you're just thinking on monetization, which makes total sense. Obviously, you want to make money. You just want to make sure that also if you're putting this amount of energy and resources into producing a top-level podcast, that you get the return on investment, right? The fastest way for you to get that ROI from your video podcast is to...
I think one other thing that I've been noticing where people go wrong is that...
Welcome, legends, to Podcast Marketing Secrets,
where we share all of the tactics and strategies from the #1 podcasting agency
on how to launch, grow, manage, and monetize a successful, high-converting podcast.
Let's take your business and content to the next level. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Pod Marketing Secrets. Hey, Nels, how you doing?
I'm stoked. Saturday, we're smashing content at Vibez HQ. Let's get into it.
Guys, this is possibly one of the most important fundamentals that we are going to cover with relation to podcasting. This is the one thing that will stop you from making money from your podcast. And it's not actually what you think it might be, all right? Do you want to give it away? Do you want me to give it away?
You go for it.
Guys, it's your offer, all right? Business owners, service providers come to us all the time saying how much they want to look at monetizing their podcast. They're thinking about how to directly monetize their podcast. However, there's something that's actually killing their ability to make money from their podcast, and it's the big hidden secret. It's in the actual offer. So what we often need to do is actually diagnose what's wrong with your offer. We need to go 10 steps back from where they were even thinking in that first place, all right? So, Nels, I would have to say you are one of the kings of offers. All right, so with regards to offers, Nels, what is the first thing that we need to get clear on?
Absolutely. So if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a consultant, an expert that is looking to start a podcast, and you're just thinking on monetization, which makes total sense. Obviously, you want to make money. You just want to make sure that also if you're putting this amount of energy and resources into producing a top-level podcast, that you get the return on investment, right? The fastest way for you to get that ROI from your video podcast is to get absolute clarity on who you serve so that you can put together an irresistible offer for that market. A lot of people come to us, they want to launch a video podcast at the highest level, and they always ask, hey, how fast can we monetize it? Well, it can be as fast as your backend systems are set up. So if you come to us and you essentially already have a killer offer, you're crushing your market, and you're just looking to get to that next level, build your authority, your brand, get premium qualified leads, then of course, as soon as we launch your podcast, you're going to be monetizing almost instantly, guaranteed. If you come to us and say like, hey, I'm looking to launch my video podcast, and then we look at your business and it's a new business, you have an untested offer, you haven't validated that this is something that your target market wants, well, of course, it's going to be unpredictable to know how much return on investment you're going to be getting from your podcast.
Just to add on to that as well, as a result of that, there's a lot more testing that has to occur with regards to your podcast strategy specifically. Because if you don't know who you're talking to, what those pain points are, what their dream outcome is from your service, you're going to need to try things with regards to your content to see what's actually sticking.
Exactly. So one of the very first things that we do with our podcast licensees, or even some of our done-for-you clients, is that we help them determine what are their podcast unique selling points. And we have a specific methodology of how we determine this, but essentially what you need to know is that you need to get clear on what's your field of expertise, who's your target market, and what's your unique mechanism to help solve a specific problem that your target market has. Now, in between those things is where you develop your irresistible offers. You put together systems that are going to help you deliver that outcome time and time again for your dream avatar and your target market. And you create all the content for your podcast around that specific irresistible offer and everything I just covered so that you can monetize as quickly as possible your video podcast.
So I think one other thing that I've been noticing where people go wrong is that they think they have clarity over these things. They think they have a strong offer. However, the proof isn't in the pudding, actually, if we look at the numbers of it, okay? So I guess, how would you first, you mentioned at the start that we might be able to diagnose that a offer might not be as strong as what you actually might think based on, some of the leads that you're pulling in, the monetization of the business in general there. However, if you're seeing medium results coming through, they're good, but they're not as optimal. What are some of the things that you might want to look at with regards to your offer? What makes a strong offer?
Absolutely. And just before we dive into it, for people that may think that they know or just to make sure that they do know, what is exactly an offer? An offer is a proposition presented to a potential customer that usually outlines value that they will receive in return for a purchase or commitment to your specific offer. And this usually can be a package of goods, services, digital products, and so on. So essentially, it's something that you put together designed to attract a specific group of people and that will ideally, ultimately help them solve a specific problem. And essentially, an offer is designed to attract and persuade a specific group of people or target market to take an action with you so that you can solve a specific problem for them and get them a specific outcome or a desired outcome.
Thank you for explaining that for us there, Nels. So what might be some of the reasons why someone wants to put together an offer for their business?
Well, the very first thing is that it's going to help you differentiate in the market straight away, because usually you will also make sure that your offer can be compared with someone else. Therefore, you stop being a commodity in the market and help you stand out. It's designed to solve a problem for a specific group of people, meaning that you get to attract the kind of people that fits your offer and the outcome that you can get for them based on their desires and pain points. It helps the qualification process as well, because if you get clear on your target market, ideal customer, and you put an offer to fit what they want, that means that you know exactly who is the people that can fit working with you and that qualify for your services. It also helps with the sales process, because that means that you have systematized the way that you deliver that outcome so that you can replicate that outcome for other people, and it's easier for you as well to sell it in that sense, because they all come to you with the same exact problems. You know, to back and forth, what are the things that are stopping them from achieving the specific result that they want, and then you can facilitate that outcome. And obviously that in turn is going to help you increase conversions for your business.
And so what are some of the essential elements that we need to make a high converting offer?
Really good question. Now, the one tip that I can give everyone right now is go and read $100 million offers from Alex Hormozi right now. If you do not have an offer or you haven't been able to scale it successfully your business, you haven't had a validated offer in your market, go and read this book right now. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about offers. We actually have trainings that we implement when we have a podcast licensee. So if you're looking to basically become a podcast licensee, just reach out to us and we will help you get clear on your offers and help you as well get clarity and everything you need so that you can scale your business and have a successful podcast strategy. But let's just dive deep into the things that make an irresistible offer. The very first thing that is explained in Alex Hormozi's book is the value equation. You need to identify what's the dream outcome that that your ideal customer avatar has, and now you need to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement towards that outcome for them. And then you want to also reduce the time that it takes them to get that specific outcome. And you also want to reduce the amount of pain or sacrifice or effort that it takes for them to get that specific outcome. If you can get clear on the dream outcome, you can increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, you can decrease the effort and time that it takes for them to get that outcome. You have a valuable offer for your market. The next thing is that you want to outline clearly your value stack. This is the way that you start communicating the value that you provide and the way that you package your offer so that it is a no-brainer for your prospect to get it, but also to help you separate from your competitors, because your value will be crafted in a specific way with your unique mechanism of delivering that outcome that you have.
I think also with the value stack as well, another interesting thing that you learn by going through that process, if anybody has an issue with sales, it actually helps you to identify the value that you are providing, right? Once you actually start adding up everything in your value stack, you realize, holy crap, I'm giving a lot away here. And suddenly, if for some reason you were thinking, oh, my price feels a bit scary, it feels a bit too high, you actually start to realize, oh, wow, these guys are getting a bargain. And I find that also really helps in terms of your sales of that.
Absolutely. That's an incredible tip right there that is going to help you with your sales process. The next thing is that you want to give sexy names to your offer in itself and your unique mechanisms and systems. You just want to start almost trademarking what you do for your clients and for your target market, and also to start almost being known for your unique mechanisms. To give you an example, for us, we just don't call them video podcasts. What we do, we call it high converting video podcasts, and we also have our viral podcast systems.
And that lends itself really well to just the basics of human psychology there, right? People are instantly going to feel as if they are in better hands with you if you have systems, blueprints, mechanisms, physical, tangible things that imply in their minds that you are going to get them a specific outcome because you're following this specific process. So that's where the naming really comes into play there.
That is exactly right. The next thing is that you want to add some bonuses. And when it comes to this, you just want to make sure that they are extremely valuable, sometimes even more valuable than what you're packaging as the value stack of the offer in itself, so that they can just really see it and think like, wow, I'm really getting the best deal that I can in here.
I'm like, his guarantees coming up.
Yes, it
Sorry.
is. Thank you for giving it away, Kal. But yes, the next thing is guarantees, which essentially is a way for you to reduce the risk from the prospect in itself. And there is a million different types of guarantees. You can do a money back guarantee. You can do if we don't get you XYZ result, we will work for free until we do. Conditional guarantees, and so on. So essentially, this is a way for you to make it even more irresistible and reduce the risk from the prospect's end. And the last thing is that you want to have as well a pricing strategy, meaning you want to make sure that you're price anchoring and not just giving the pricing away, and do it in a way where it really seems like it is a bargain, because you being able to package everything that you do in a way that if they were to try to get those things separately, it could cost them more money, and ultimately it will probably not get them the result that they want. You have packaged everything together in a way that every time you deliver this for your target market, they will get the dream outcome that you have determined that they want, and the pain and problems that they're trying to solve.
And on that point as well, and this probably might lead you into what you might have been going to say next there after that value stack piece, which is the result, okay? This is something that is so important that we always are constantly trying to ensure that anybody coming to us for advice is incorporating within their offer a quick win. What result is it that you can deliver for your clients that is going to be highly valuable to them in the shortest period of time possible? All right, that's the one thing that you want to do. So many people, in terms of their offer, you might be partnering with someone for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and then generally the idea is that, okay, at the end of that container period is when you get the ultimate outcome, whatever that may be. However, 3 months, 6 months is a really long time for people. So you need to be thinking, what is something that is super high leverage that you can be delivering for someone in 7 days? 5 days, the shortest time frame possible, because that is going to ensure as well that they get that instant gratification almost with regards to your services, and it's instantly going to put them on the right foot in terms of working with you.
Absolutely. We cannot stress how important this is, that you figure out what's the quick win that you can get for your clients, for them to actually trust you, trust the process, and believe that you are the right person that can get the results, and to get them excited of what's going to happen with you and your service and your offer over the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, and beyond. And just to give the perfect example for that, for us, when it comes to our Done For You clients, we launched their podcast within 5 days. That's how quickly we move for clients. So just know that podcasting doesn't have to take a long time. Just making a little side note in here, you can do things very fast. So if you're a business owner, CEO, founder, or entrepreneur who is looking to get a high converting podcast for your business going as quickly as possible, reach out to us, apply to work with us in the link down below.
Beautiful. I think that pretty much wraps most things to do with offers. So just remember, everybody, one of the fastest ways you can actually monetize your podcast is through getting your back-end offer right, okay? That's only going to help everything else with regards to your podcasting strategy. Anything else to add?
Just know that if you do get your offer right, or you're an existing business that has a validated offer, your podcast will be unstoppable and you will be able to monetize it in the back end. In the future, as you progress in your podcasting journey, you will be able to add more ways of monetization for the podcast, including affiliate links, YouTube AdSense, Spotify ads, sponsorships, digital products, merch, and an infinite other ways of monetization.
Oh, all right. I think that pretty much wraps up this one for today, Nels. We will see you guys next time.
Good vibes for everyone.
Thank you for joining us on Podcast Marketing Secrets. If you found value in this episode, the best way you can support us in continuing to deliver this content to you is by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Now, if you're keen to connect with us, we are at Vibez Creative on all your other social media platforms. Please send us your questions, engage with us, let us know what you want to hear about next on the podcast, and we'll be sure to create content around that.
And if you're interested in partnering with us for the highest level of support for you to be able to launch, grow, manage, and monetize a successful podcast for your business or your personal brand, we offer different levels of support, starting from our services, one-on-one coaching, as well as our completely done for you system. So if you're interested in finding out more, book a call with our team down in the description below.